Yeah! Hello, hi, and how are you?
I'm Jeff.
I'm Al.
I'm Goo again.
And this is PehBahcast episode 3. Today we will be discussing nostalgic 90's television.
Yeah. I always thought that was Steve Urkel show.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that the name was Steve Urkel show.
So, like, obviously, we grew up in the 1990s, which, in my opinion, was, like, the best decade ever for television. Because
it's great.
Yeah.
Well, back then.
Back then. Because it's like, I mean, you had, like...
Our eyes.
You had your main... Like, basically every network on cable had, like, a good show on it to watch. Because there was Nickelodeon was in its prime.
MTV still had music, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network, the Disney Channel, but even like your main networks like had like CBS, NBC, ABC,
UPN,
TBS, UPN before it became the CW. Now is it? I don't even know if it's still the CW.
Still the CW.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
But obviously, like in the 90s, obviously we were younger, so like obviously for me,
Naive.
yeah, obviously for me, like Nickelodeon was the channel.
Yeah.
The channel to watch.
All three of us, more or less, grew up on Nickelodeon, and something we can all appreciate, ignoring the other shows, is Snick.
Saturday Night Nick. Because it had like
the couch.
Huh?
It had the couch.
It had the couch. Had that orange couch.
And the little... It seemed like its own thing because it had its own intro for like when it was time for Snick.
It was like what at least what I thought was like not really grown up shows but like teenage shows because like obviously like when Snick I think first came around or when I first heard of it was like I was maybe like 8 or 9 something like that so like when I was old enough to like stay up,
I was probably like 12.
I was probably like 15, man. But like when I was like old enough to like stay up late enough to watch stuff on Snick, you know, like there was shows like Kenan and Kel. It's probably like Kenan and Kel is probably my favorite
from Snick.
Yeah, my favorite from Snick.
Probably. I mean, there was really good shows on Snick in general, but at the time, Kenan and Kel was. It was good. It was great.
It was great.
The chemistry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The orange soda.
Even because usually like when people
they were the Sean and Gus of those times.
But they were both black.
There was a white guy though.
Chris?
Yeah.
The grocery store guy.
Yeah.
So it bounces out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so like Kenan and Kel both combined equal one black man.
Well, to be fair, didn't
holy crap, we're not racist.
To be fair, didn't Kel act like he was psychic or something? Or I think it was some other show.
I think so, yeah.
Was it on All That?
Could have been.
That might have been all.
It might have been, I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh,
Anyway.
Jupiter.
Wasn't that it? I don't know. Didn't he like say it in like a weird voice?
He did.
Okay.
Kel?
Yeah.
And all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he said a lot of things in the weird voice.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter. But Kenan and Kel was a good show. I remember when I would watch Kenan and Kel.
Oh, here goes.
Coolio.
And then singing.
Not relevant anymore.
Coolio is totally not relevant. No, it's like we're not trying to be offensive. We're just saying what's true.
We just haven't heard anything from Coolio in a long time.
Yeah.
That's the only time I heard
But
anything.
I remember like when I was watching Kenan and Kel, it made me like actually want to work in a grocery store, like a small grocery store, like the one Kenan worked in.
Yeah. Because he wanted the orange soda.
Yeah.
That orange soda.
That tuna.
Mm-hmm.
With a screw.
It's just like
there you go.
It's just like the pizza in Ninja Turtles.
Exactly.
It looked like the best pizza in the world.
Exactly.
Cartoon pizza just looks so much better.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I remember. Did you guys ever remember the pilot episode of Kenan and Kel?
Ooh, no.
I actually remember because I don't Kel's favorite thing wasn't supposed to be orange soda.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it gonna be tuna?
It was supposed to be ham.
Oh.
Really?
It was supposed to be ham.
That sounds familiar.
Because like in the episode he had like a daydream or something and he was like surrounded by ham. He's like ham. Ham.
It wouldn't really roll off the tongue as well, though.
Yeah.
Who loves
ham?
Who loves honey glazed ham?
Who loves orange ham?
Maybe he loves ham soda.
Orange ham.
I wouldn't be
soda.
surprised if that
Ham and
exists.
bubbly.
I know. And
Probably somewhere.
But
Kel
yeah.
dropping the screw in the tuna.
Yep. And then I remember they had Ron Harper from the Chicago Bulls
Really?
in an episode where like orange soda, Kel spilled orange soda and Ron Harper tripped in it, and thus he was like injured, so he couldn't play in the game that night. Because obviously back in the 90's when the Bulls were in their prime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hilarious. Like so many good moments from that show.
I really like the opening for the episodes. They're just talking to the crowd, and just the curtain opens up, and it's like it's the set, but
yeah, and then
it gives like it's
like Keenan comes up with like the wacky idea, walks
Yeah.
off stage, and then Kel's like, here it goes. It's like it was like it worked.
Yeah,
It worked well.
It seemed really seamless.
Exactly. Cause like
And forever, I always wondered how like Keenan would get backstage and like he'd be in the scene.
exactly like super quick.
Yeah.
He would like walk off stage, but then he would be like the scene would start with him in the grocery store, and he'd be right there. It's like, how do you get there so quick?
He's quick on his feet with the mop.
He was quick for a fat man. He's still kind of big, right?
I
I think
know.
because he's on SNL now. But that I digress.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like from what you guys can remember of Keenan and Kel, like what were you guys some of like maybe your favorite quotes, maybe a favorite episode, if you can read.
I dropped the screw in the tuna. Who loves orange soda? I do. Ooh.
Episodes.
It's okay if you can't remember an episode.
I can't remember an episode.
But well, like how about like a favorite quote or something, or a favorite character from the show?
I would imagine a lot of people say Kel, but I think maybe Roger.
Oh, the dad?
Yeah.
Just because like he
of his interactions with everyone,
especially with Kel.
Yep. He is a big, bold, angry black man.
Exactly.
When it comes to Kel.
And like
Amazing.
I thought what was great was when like it seemed whenever he would get angry, either something would happen to him, or he would do something extremely clumsy, and then something would happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jeff?
I'll say Kel.
Okay, all right.
Kel was cool.
Jeff's gonna be like the Keenan's sister to Kel.
Oh yeah, she liked him, didn't she?
She liked him a lot.
Yeah.
I think liked is an understatement.
Yeah.
Liked is an
yeah,
extreme
yeah.
understatement.
She was obsessed with him.
What about Chris? The grocery manager.
He's
like the lone Caucasian character. See, I was being politically correct there. I didn't say white guy.
He's cool.
He was a good character.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like Keenan and Kel had a good cast because it seemed like the chemistry seemed like there, and each character's personality bounced well off the others, or meshed well with the others.
Yeah, I don't think there's really like any characters like kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, or even if there was like an character, like they didn't like it was like a character of the day, like a one-off character.
What about favorite set, Jeff? Do you like the grocery store or the house more?
Neither.
Or the
whatever one that wasn't those.
The school.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe.
He liked the courtyard. Okay. Or maybe Beachhead. Anyone.
Yeah.
Maybe Kel's bedroom.
Or Keenan's bedroom.
There you go.
Or the sister's bedroom.
Your
or the
bedroom.
parents' bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there goes. But, yeah. So, like, obviously, like, we all love Keenan and Kel.
Yep.
At least the three of us do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it at the time.
Yeah. Like, what about, like, the show that they came from? All that.
Amanda Show?
Yeah.
All of it. All of that was...
All that was, like...
It was amazing.
It was. It was, like, the SNL for, like, people our age.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the original cast... I don't think anything can really beat the original cast, but even when... like, when Amanda Bynes came in, I think... can't remember the redhead guy.
Danny...
Oh,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Tamborelli or something.
Tamborelli. There you go.
I loved him because of Fat Cop.
Yeah. It's like...
But Like, I think
I
even
remember
those were pretty good, too.
one of my favorite segments on the original that was, when, what was the girl's name? The big girl.
Oh, Lori Beth Denberg?
Lori Beth Denberg. She would give, like, the facts.
Vital information.
Yeah.
And, like, no offense to Danny, but, like, when he took, because he's the one that took over that segment. It wasn't the same. No. It wasn't the same.
Tough shoes to fill.
What was one of your favorite all that segments, Jeff?
Honestly, I don't remember too much from all that.
That's okay. There was Good Burger. There was Vital Information.
I didn't have cable until I was 10. So
okay.
You heard it here, folks.
I rarely got to see it.
That's
I
okay.
had to either go to a friend's house or my grandparents' house to watch Nickelodeon.
But like, obviously, Good Burger was a popular enough segment to spin off.
To spin off into a 5-star rated by Roger Ebert. Look it up. Don't. Good Burger the movie.
5 stars. Better than Space Jam.
Wow.
Space Burger. Good Jam.
Good Jam. They were. I can't remember the segment name. The cooking with the chocolate.
The cooking with the chocolate.
That was amazing.
Or like when Keenan would Pierre Escargot.
Pierre Escargot. Was
that was great.
Pierre Escargot in a bathtub in a raincoat
with a ducky. I think
with a ducky. Yeah.
That was great.
I
didn't care much. I didn't care much for the musical cast. It's like because I didn't watch it for the musical cast. But I was watched for just like the skits in general.
Repairman, man.
Yeah.
Pizza Face.
Pizza Face.
Pizza Face was good.
Pizza Face was great.
Even like Fat Cop when Danny came in.
Yep.
Like when I guess the latest or the final incarnation of all that.
The one with Jamie Lynn
Spears and all them. I didn't really care for it, but I did watch for the little anniversary show they did because it was amazing to see Repairman, the coach that Kel plays.
I forget the name. I know what you're talking about. I remember the name.
I think there was Fat Cop all in the same segment. It was like
I watched them later. All that simply for what the redheaded girl, Lisa Foyles.
Oh yeah.
She was pretty cute. She still is.
The original cast was great.
No, I don't think anything will ever top the original cast.
No. Like even Kevin.
The stage manager was like 5 minutes.
Yep.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Going on in 5 minutes.
That was a great character.
It was.
So Jeff, you're awfully quiet over here. What was one of your favorite TV shows?
TV shows?
Did you have any Did you see anything like on Snick back then or?
I don't really remember much from Snick.
That's okay. This is back in the 90's we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing that I remember being on Snick was Are You Afraid of the Dark, which I loved. It was creepy.
It was creepy. I think that's one reason why
it creeped me out. It creeped me out, but I loved it at the same time.
Yeah. Because it's like I would because I was like maybe like 9 or 10 at the time, and it's like I would see ads for that show, and I'm like,
yeah.
That's like because
some of them were like I would see them like, oh my god.
But it's like at the same time, it's like there's like those really crazy kids out there. It's like they see it and I'm like, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked.
Were you able to watch the whole during the summer when they had Nick in the Afternoon or anything like that? Stickly.
Not too much, no. Like I said, most of the time I didn't have cable.
You heard it here.
You heard it best.
Jeff missed out on Popsicle Stick, Stickly.
Yep.
Sad. It's okay. You didn't really miss that much, I guess.
I do remember Inside Out Boy.
Inside Out Boy. When he would go over the bar.
Yep.
In the swing.
Sounds familiar.
That was great.
Yep.
High five, Jeff. Did you hear that? I don't know. You probably heard it.
Yep.
But Inside Out Boy and Nickelodeon just had really good commercials too. Inside Out Boy.
Yeah.
Was I think it wasn't a full show.
No, it was just a little.
It was just a little in between thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except for, the only Nickelodeon ad I didn't like was the whole it was eyeballs on a string and it was Nickelodeon.
Oh.
It was really creepy. It creeped the crap out of me.
I remember what you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
Nickelodeon. The 90's was Nickelodeon in its prime.
It was. Mm-hmm. I just remember Saturday nights you look forward to Snick, and then for me in the summer you look forward to Nick in the afternoon with Stickly.
And in the morning you had Nick Jr. with Face.
Yep.
Yeah,
Face.
Face.
They don't have him anymore, right?
No, they don't. No.
Do they even have a mascot like that? Or it's just...
I think they do.
It's just Nick Jr.
Or they did.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have one anymore.
But, I mean, Salute Your Shorts was a great show back then. If only for the theme.
Yeah. Donkey Lips.
Yeah. Wienerville.
I don't remember. I remember.
I think of it.
Leave me alone.
Oh, that's what it is. I'm thinking something baloney.
Yeah. And then My Brother and Me.
My Brother and Me with people.
With people. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't remember the names.
It was Alfie, Dee Dee.
And the last one we don't remember.
And the last one we don't remember. The sister's name was Melanie.
UGLY, you ain't got no alibi.
So, Jeff, what was your favorite Nickelodeon show?
Nickelodeon show?
There were Nicktoons.
Oh, well, there was Rugrats.
I
used to love Rugrats.
Rugrats was a good show.
Rugrats was the Nicktoons
I think
for me.
it was. I think it was actually one of the first 3 Nicktoons because I think the first 3 were Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah,
but Rugrats was good.
Yeah,
Rugrats was amazing.
I have to say the beginning animation, like for the first few
seasons, super choppy.
It was so creepy.
I was
creeped out by it, even though I liked the show.
Yeah.
And then once it got smoother, then it was fine. But the way it used to look was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
The thing I loved about Rugrats is just like seeing the opening thing. It's like it's zoomed in on something. And I'm always like, what's it going to be?
And then it zooms out.
Like, oh, it's that.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Moose Country,
yeah.
Moose Country.
But, because that's pretty much what kids do.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned, like earlier episodes versus, when, they tend to smooth out.
Yeah.
When Rugrats, when they introduced new characters, like Dill.
Yeah, Dill Pickles.
And Kimmy. And stuff when they introduced those characters, do you think it was a good change? Because the show obviously things have to change to improve or to keep the story going. Do you think that even if they didn't add characters like Kimmy and Dill, do you think the show could have stayed as strong as it was going?
I don't think so. I think it was a refresher because Chucky finally got a mom.
Yeah,
which was nice.
I see pictures of Chucky from I don't know if it's from one of the movies, but I feel so bad for him.
Okay,
he doesn't have a mom anymore.
Actually, that brings me to something I wanted to discuss with you guys. Did you guys ever see the Mother's Day episode?
I might have.
I probably did.
The Mother's Day episode. I remember when I saw it when I was little. I cried because Chucky's father Chaz didn't want to really talk to Chucky about it.
Yeah.
And then Chucky kept having dreams about this redheaded lady that he knew when he was really little, and he found a box of pictures with her in it.
Oh,
yeah. And it's and then he wanted to give the pictures to his father as a gift, and when he showed him the pictures, and it's So that's another thing. It's that Nickelodeon was really good with. It's they were good, funny shows, but it's they had
they get your heart.
That's they bring out the feels and they bring out certain life issues. I remember another episode where they were on the playground and there was a big bully kid and she put gum. She blew a bubble with gum and she stuck it in the girl's hair and they had a
yeah.
It's so stuff bringing having to deal with a family member's death or bullying or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff was really good.
Mm.
I think.
I loved how the show always switched between what was actually happening and what was happening in their imaginations.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was amazing.
It was great.
Really good
because
stuff.
Because it seems so epic when it's in their imagination, and it cuts to reality, and it's just. You get the comedy of how silly it looks as,
Oh yeah.
Even though we were young, older than
toddlers.
Yeah.
But it's the show was just so good.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of the all grown up Rugrats? I for one I wasn't big on it. I didn't watch very much of it.
Yeah.
I think it's just because it's Rugrats. It's the Rugrats have to be little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it wasn't bad, but
it
was a little strange seeing them getting older.
Yeah,
I think it was nice for its own thing. Seeing them older, I think it was nice.
Yeah,
to see them older.
Nice little change up.
Yeah, but I don't think it was as good as the one-off episode they did, where it was Rugrats all, because the spin-off was all grown up, right?
Oh, all grown up, yeah.
And then the one-off episode was all grown up, I think.
Oh,
it was basically like, it was one episode where you like a glimpse into the future, and it was like, like from what
I always say ooh because I've never seen it. And
it was good. It was good.
Okay.
It was like it gets your heart too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it does.
Okay.
But like Kimmy and Dill, I think were good additions. Yeah.
Is it equal feels to Doctor Who? No.
David Tennant getting rained on.
No.
He's looking at me like really angrily.
Well, like Jeff said, like it did bring a fresher Kimmy and Dill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it evolved the characters a bit too.
Yeah, and like like shows have to kind of evolve.
Yeah.
To like kind of stay fresh, because otherwise it's like you're just running the same course.
Yep.
For as long as it'll bring you.
Yeah.
And like you reach an end point, so it's like okay, we'll add in these like two like this. We'll bring in one new character because obviously like Dill and Kimmy weren't. I don't think they were brought in at the exact same time.
I don't think so.
So it's like okay, we'll bring in this character and then like we'll just kind of like go along with it and see where it takes us and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like.
You have a favorite character?
Yeah. I was just about to ask that. Good job, Goo. I didn't hit him, I swear. But.
I like Chucky.
Chucky
was my favorite.
Did you have like a least favorite character in the show?
I think I had a least favorite character.
What about you, Goo?
I don't know. I either Grandpa or Boris.
Oh, Grandpa Boris?
Yeah, Grandpa or
Minka!
Yeah, just I don't know.
Grandpa Boris to me was an unsung hero in that show. Because like, you didn't see him very often.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I mean, if I had to choose like one of the Rugrats, I'd probably go with was it Phil and Lil?
Phil and Lil.
Just wait, Phil or Lil?
Both.
Phil or Lil?
Phil or Lil?
Oh,
you.
Honestly, my favorite character in that show would have to be Grandpa and Lou.
I was gonna say
just because Grandpa was the man, because he'd always be sleeping.
Yeah.
And he knew about Moose Country.
Yep. 15 years.
15 miles.
I can still taste that fella. But if I had to pick one of the Rugrats, I'd probably have to pick Chucky. I thought Chucky was a good character.
Yeah.
I thought he was.
Cause cause Tommy was like.
He was leader.
He was like the leader.
Yeah. And
it's like, but Chucky, he was like cowardly, but he wasn't like completely cowardly. No. Cause he would have his like moments of badassery.
Oh yeah. He had his moments of heroicness.
Well, plus I think he probably had the best character development. Character development per se.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the whole mother thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And he has square glasses.
Yeah.
We can all understand that.
He has square lenses.
Yep.
He has square lenses.
Yep.
We have square lenses, in case you couldn't tell. But you can't, because you're on the internet. But I think for as far as least favorite characters.
Yeah. I don't know if I can choose a least favorite.
I don't think I can choose one. I think the only reason why, if I name a character, because like they wouldn't appear. They didn't appear very often.
Yeah.
It's like because I think one of my least favorite characters was what was the little black girl?
I was gonna say, I knew you were gonna say Susie.
Susie, there you go. No, because like it's not because like oh she's a stupid. It's because like you didn't see her very often.
Well, she saw her more later on.
She was a good foil to Angelica.
She was.
Yeah, she was. I remember. I think the first episode where she appeared, where they were trying to like ruin the dinner because she didn't want to like her dad to get a promotion, so he'd have to move.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's like. I felt bad because like I thought she'd have to know because like I didn't mind her as a character. It's like okay, but yeah.
Yeah. Some characters don't appear as often.
Yeah, so like that's like the only reason why I don't care for them too much.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
So like, what about like the Rugrats movies?
I think I've only seen the first one.
I saw all, and they were good.
Okay.
I even had a Rugrats party.
Nice.
We had Rugrats little action figures and dolls, and we were all excited to watch it.
Was that last year?
Nice.
Yeah, it was last year.
Nickelodeon with their classic orange VHS
that was great.
Yep.
That was great.
It was great.
That was absolutely fantastic.
Because the first movie was the whole Reptar car.
Yeah, it was the badass Reptar car.
Yo ho, bottle of milk for me or something.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that movie. It's pretty good.
I think I saw the Paris one. I don't remember too much from. I remember the Paris movie because that was the Baja Men with that song.
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out?
I just want to make it known I love the music video for that song in a hilarious way simply because that song was geared for a movie that was basically aimed for children.
Yeah.
But that music video...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicks in bikinis.
Just shaking it.
Shaking it the whole time.
It's like...
That's not kid friendly.
It was like, that was like so fantastic.
Unless your kid is still breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how much there is to, because like you said there was Rugrats, there was Doug, and then there was
Ren and Stimpy.
It was like the first three or whatever.
Yeah, I think those were the first three debut Nicktoons.
Do you want to go over Doug real quick?
Sure. You mean the Nickelodeon Doug, right? I didn't care for the Disney's Doug very much.
I didn't hate the Disney's Doug. Just changed, like it took away from some of the characters a little too much. Like I mean, it was nice to see Roger, not
be a
not poor, I guess per se, but at the same time, but. Anyway,
one question I had for you regarding Doug, I was like, did you guys ever think of it odd that like some of the characters were like colored like blue and green and purple?
I think it was something I accepted.
Yeah, I thought it was weird at first because usually like if you see somebody that's like a neon green in cartoons, it usually means they're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skeeter was
like blue.
Skeeter was blue.
Yeah.
Roger was green. BB Bluff was purple.
Was purplish with red hair.
Yeah.
Patty Mayonnaise should have been stark white.
Super white.
Yeah, she was like tan.
Yeah, she was like real. She was like super tan. She was like almost Cheetos.
Mm. But Doug was
Doug
was another good show.
Doug was a great show. Pork Chop. I remember the episode when he went to to dinner with his grandmother, and they had sushi. You guys remember that?
No, I don't.
Do you remember that, Goo?
No.
Well, like
for some reason, I thought you were gonna say they had sex.
Come to bed, dearie.
Come to bed, funny.
Wait, what?
Come to bed, funny.
Come to bed, Dougie.
Oh god.
Anyway.
But Doug was a good show. I think like the whole colors, the whole characters being like untraditional colors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool because like you didn't see that too often. At least not on Nickelodeon.
I guess. Okay.
Well, then you don't have to worry about anything like racism.
Yeah.
There's not actually any.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Roger's black.
Yeah.
And he's a bully.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was gonna say like.
That's gonna sound great.
I was gonna actually say like. I guess you could say maybe like it could have been done to like kind of like show like, hey, no matter the color, you still be friends and whatnot.
You could still be
true.
Yep.
I don't know if that's what you're going for, but that's something you could.
Whether you're black, purple, or goo.
Yeah. Oh, goo's best.
Is it? Really?
That's racist. You're saying your race is better than everyone else.
Yeah.
I'm not a race.
You're the only of your kind.
I'm a genre.
Is that like hardcore metal?
I'm good. I'm a good genre.
Your goo genre?
Goo genre.
Goo genre. Goo.
But with Doug, I think like the episode that like sticks out for me is the liver and onions one.
Yes.
Because
that was a good. I remember. I think it's like just like foods and like cartoons anyway. Because like you said with the Ninja Turtles and the pizza and stuff, it's like.
Well, I actually had liver in it. It wasn't that bad actually.
I didn't care for it. It tasted soapy to me.
Soup.
You shouldn't cook it with soap then.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Mr. Dink.
Mr. Dink.
I think Mr. Dink's like my favorite character in the show.
Okay.
Douglas.
But and it's like his wife.
Yeah.
It was like because like Mr. Dink was like
so eccentric,
and
his wife was like just so
like,
low key,
like just so mellow.
Yeah.
They even each other out.
Exactly. It was a really good balance.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jeff? Do you remember any episodes of Doug?
See, so I don't remember episodes, but I remember all the characters.
Okay. Well, like, did you have a favorite character?
Although wait, I think there was a fishing episode. I remember. I think.
Oh, I know.
Mr. Dink.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Was fishing, and he helped him fish.
Like they were going after like a really big fish.
Yeah.
They were going out. Yeah.
Yep.
I actually remembered something.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh
my god.
Okay, but did you have like a favorite, like a favorite character? Or least favorite character? Or
not Doug necessarily, but Quailman.
Quailman.
Oh.
Because he had like what 3 alter egos?
It was Quailman, the James Bond one,
Smash Adams, and he had Race Canyon, the Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Ripoff.
I think that's just
parody.
I think that's just a separate category for me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably go with Quailman too.
Quailman. Nice.
I mean, how often do you get to wear a belt on your head and your underwear outside of your shorts?
Yeah, right. It'd give me an excuse to do that as a kid. Without being weird.
We can cosplay as that right now.
Like so many people put belts on their head.
Yeah. We can do it for a purpose.
And would wear like a white T-shirt with a green vest.
Yep.
And brown shorts.
Who get to be Pork Chop?
Pippin.
Pippin can be Pork Chop.
Pippin is one of Jeff's dogs.
Pip Chop.
Who would you be, Al? In the show?
What were the twins' names? Alan Moo.
I know what you're talking about.
Alan Moo.
Alan Moo. I can be Moo.
Gumu.
Alan Moo.
I don't know who I would be.
Who would I be?
You would be Chalky Studebaker.
If I could even remember who that was.
The jock, the really friendly jockey kid who was like always like winning at stuff.
Wasn't he like a light green or something?
Yeah, he was like a light green. Yeah. He was almost like Roger's color, I think.
Like a little lighter, I think.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Now I have to go look that up afterwards.
Yeah.
It's okay.
New cosplay ideas, woo!
Right. But
okay, so we've discussed Rugrats. We've discussed Doug.
Keenan and Kel. All that.
Well, I was talking about Nicktoons.
Oh, Nicktoons, okay.
So, like, did you guys want to talk about Ren and Stimpy real quick? I don't remember too much.
I don't really remember too much.
The only things I remember... Okay, so we'll just cover it, like, real quick. The only things I remember from Ren and Stimpy are, number 1, the really wonky intro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Log.
I was about to say Log.
Yeah. And
Powder...
Slog. What rolls downstairs, rolls over in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. What fits on your back and great for a snack. It's a log. Oh, my. Yeah. So I remember the really wonky intro, Log, and Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah.
That's like the only things I remember from Ren and Stimpy.
I don't think I ever really watched Ren and Stimpy back then that much.
My parents didn't like me watching it.
I can imagine why.
I can imagine why. Which leads me to a question. Because obviously, like, we all know what Ren and Stimpy is.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm sure we've seen bits and pieces from an episode here or there. Do you think that it was a little too over the top for like what it
for that age
for the age group that it was not necessarily intended for, but maybe aimed at per se?
I don't know, because I mean, it's tough. Just because like back then, what was considered like risque, like today could be like.
Yeah.
The fuck's this shit? It's like amateur, it's like PG right there.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's like, because like, back in the 90s, it's like, I think, like, go ahead, Jeff.
I remember the Happy Joy Joy.
Yup, Happy Joy.
Yep.
There you go. But, I think, like, because back in the 90s, it's like, I'd like to think, like, at least, like, the three of us had enough common sense not to, like, not mimic the things that we saw on TV.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a shot at somebody.
The internet? But, I don't know. I mean...
So there was...
It is what it is back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think... I mean... I guess sometimes you can just worry too much. We're like, oh, we can't let our children see this, but it's like,
yeah. Did you have anything to add, Jeff?
What's perhaps?
I watched it sometimes.
Okay,
but not a lot.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I don't think it was relatively like too bad, seeing as the content nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like if we were talking back then, I'm sure like people yeah. Why is that even on the air? Like
where today it'd be like widely accepted.
Oh yeah, widely accepted.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You went half an hour.
I really tried to go to the rest of this podcast without burping, but I'm like, crap.
And we were about to wrap up.
We were.
You cost us the Webby.
The streamy?
No, the Webby. We're not good enough for that one yet.
Okay.
But the potty.
The potty.
The potty. There's podcast awards at the streamies though.
We're gonna get the potty.
P-O-D-D-Y.
Oh, I thought you meant P-O-T-T-Y.
No. The P-O-D-D-Y.
You just ruined the joke.
Damn it! But on that note, I think we'll like wrap up.
that
here
burp note.
Yeah.
Wrap it up there for this installment of 90's nostalgia TV.
Television.
Woo, Telemundo.
We have a lot of
Esta Kunte.
We have a lot
I have no idea what that means.
I swear, if you like called some political leader in some other country like a douchebag.
Kunte Kinte.
Kunte Kinte.
Donde está un biblioteca?
Rojo. But we have a rather big list of shows we want to discuss, so...
Exactly, because like we grew up in the 90s, so we know a lot of stuff about the 90s.
Yeah.
Just 90s in general.
Just the 90s in general.
So we do hope to come back to the subject of
we'll
90s nostalgia TV, but also music, movies, toys, games, food, snacks, whatever.
So like this is gonna be a pretty broad topic, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But yeah, there's about 4 shows we grew up in the 90s with.
About. Yeah. Because like Kenan and Kel.
All that.
The 3 Nicktoons. The 3 debut Nicktoons. There's obviously a lot more.
Yeah.
But on that note, we shall wrap up. We hope you enjoyed listening to our rambles.
And hopefully, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, maybe check these shows out. I don't know if they stand up over time, but they're worth checking out.
They're worth checking out. They were good shows.
Yeah. They were.
So we hope you enjoyed listening to our rambles. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Tumble us on Tumblr.
Tumble us. So on that note,
he's Al.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Al.
I said you're Al.
I know. I can say my own name. Thanks.
He's Jeff.
I'm Al.
I'm Goo.
You don't say my name.
I said Goo.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Al.
I'm Goo.
There,
we got it. What was that, 3rd take? 4th take?
5th,
maybe.
I need more love.
Jet Set Radio.
What was that?
Shut up!
Why? Because I do.